Hello and welcome to another fun-filled episode of Baatezuu Reviews. I'm Mike, your host. For this evening, I am reviewing Mirror Mirror. This is a fresh look at a very much overdone classic. We're telling again the story of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's, like I said, a very fresh look at it. It has a very strong yet naive Snow White who is learning her way in the world, and she actually becomes strong, and she's very much the hero of the story by the end of the story. It's great to see. It's a different kind of story than what we're used to seeing. The dwarves are very realistic and gritty, not at all like the dwarves you've seen in the Disney version. This is not the Disney version. Although it is still alright for kids, it's just not quite so happy, where the dwarves are singing and dancing, and no, in this one the dwarves are drinking and looting. It's a much more, like I said, realistic take on what you'd expect. For anyone who's played Dungeons and Dragons, the dwarves are perfect. As far as the costumes go, the costumes are amazing. I can only imagine how much fabric went into each and every dress, because let's face it, these things are humongous. Massive, massive ball gowns. They're just beautiful to look at. So anyone who's a fan of period costume pieces, this movie is definitely for you. Stop watching my review now and go watch the movie. Enough said. For anyone else who requires a little bit more convincing, I would say the acting is superb. Everything is spot on. The bad guys are bad. The good guys are good. Everything is awesome. The acting is actually quite stellar in the movie. Even for some people who haven't been necessarily in a lot of films, they did an excellent job. The special effects were great. There are a few really, really good scenes in the movie that I liked a lot. I have talked about those a little bit more in depth in the review. If you should decide to go read the review, that's awesome. If you read the review, please leave a comment down below. So yes, down below all the rest of the review below. Anyways, so back to the review. Yes, excellent story, excellent plot, excellent acting, special effects, costumes. Everything's wonderful. I give it 5 out of 5 Smiley Mike heads. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed this review. For anyone else who's never seen my blog before, please feel free to go to my blog. It is Baatezuu Reviews at blogs.blogspot.com. BAATEZUU Reviews. I shouldn't have to spell that for you. At .blogspot.com. Thank you, and look forward to seeing you again in the future. Have a good evening. Good night.